This is the 13th hole of Medina.
Number 3.
Number 3, yeah. That was a long time ago.
25 years ago.
Oh, God, yeah. And, yeah, I actually stayed in the clubhouse when I went there, which was interesting to say the least. And went home and painted that one. That was the first one I did for that series.
Now, how did you pick this hole? Obviously, it's a beautiful hole with the water. And
yeah, it was, I think, just at that time, the most well-known hole, the signature hole of that course. I think it sort of morphed into the 17th later, because I believe that course had just been redone, and 17 was brand new. So the 13th was the choice.
Right, and 13th is much closer to the water.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at this painting, what do you see?
My first one. Yeah, I think it's a good painting. I just, I had others that I liked better, but it's a good one.
It's beautiful. I want to have a club in my hand and put a peg in the ground and strike the ball.
This is the 16th hole at Hazeltine in Minnesota. And that one was a beautiful place for a landscape, I have to say. That's one of my favorites. It's just soft and just very pretty.
Lighting is a big thing.
Lighting is a very big thing, and that's why I spend so much time at these courses, because I want to see that hole in every possible light and pick the best. So it may take a lot of time. In some cases, I go back to a course more than once, too. If I don't like what I'm getting, I'll go back. I've done that on occasion. But I love the way that one has that little flag out there on that point there. It's just so great. That's
very difficult hole, yes.
Out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very pivotal hole.
And still is, even all these years later. Of course, that is the great Pebble Beach, and with the tree that was still there at that time. It's quite a famous image. That was really I don't even know what to say.
Iconic?
Yeah, definitely. Never to be repeated.
You don't see the 2 little trees anymore. I think they removed them.
You don't see the big one either.
Well, no, they replaced it. It died, but they replaced it.
I know, but
not the same.
Not the same.
See, an artist would have that keen
well,
eyesight.
it's funny because I painted the new one, and as I was painting the painting, something kept bothering me about the thing, and then I realized that tree could have never grown up there because it's just perfectly straight. Whereas this one is formed by the weather and the wind where it is, and it fits into it. Whereas that one is just this perfectly straight tree that would have never grown there.
Now, I'm not an expert, but on wood, I know there's this tiger striped wood of oak, and I just love the sky.
Oh, the sky, yeah.
Did you actually see a sky like that, or you created, or?
In that case, it was there. Definitely. That's a cirrus sky, and yeah, I haven't painted very many. I used to paint a lot of cirrus skies when I did just landscapes, but this one just, every sky fits the scene. Don't ask me how, but it does. And if I don't have the sky that fits, I put one in. I have a huge file of sky pictures from everywhere, and I will find the one that matches that scene.
How do you match? What do you
It's
see
light
between
direction, and it's mostly composition. How does it fit in the composition? Because the composition is like this, and then your eye is taken up and brought around and back,
Yeah.
So the sky is every bit a part of that composition.
You see, to me, I see the movement in the water here.
It takes your eye all
Yes.
over right where I want you to take that, right where I want you to go.
Beautiful.
So every sky complements the composition of the foreground. Baltusrol.
1993.
Yeah, that's a par 3, and that was a beautiful painting. I have to say that sky is very dramatic, and that's quite a famous little par 3 right there.
And the first one of your U.S. Open paintings with the clubhouse, I believe.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Is that?
Well, I couldn't do Medina Clubhouse because it's too far removed from the course, but in this case, obviously, it's a grand old clubhouse, so it really fits.
So if it's got a grand clubhouse and it's there
I'm
at the
gonna try to
course,
get
you're
it
going
in
to put
there.
it in there.
I'm going to try, yes.
Fifth one in the series here, 18th at Oakmont,
Mm-hmm.
1994.
That was when they had trees. And, yep, that's the view. That's the view. If I ever do Oakmont again, I'll probably paint it again, that same view, but without trees.
Again, what do you see when you see this picture, this painting?
Well, I like how it just takes your eye right to the clubhouse, and that is certainly a grand old clubhouse there. It's beautiful.
As a golfer, I feel kind of a sense of safety, but also danger with the bunkers, because I'm automatically playing this course. How about the bird on the tee? Sometimes I see a bird or a squirrel.
In most of them there is some sort of animal.
Is there any significance to that bird?
He was there. Everyone has one in it. Hazeltine had a blackbird in the cattails. Medina, I don't think, had one. Hazeltine, Pebble Beach had the gulls sitting on the wall. And it's funny, every time I go to Pebble Beach, the gulls are sitting at the same spot. Every time.
So
they live there. They're part of the scene.